Oda definitely came in with this one, man. One Piece chapter 945. When you get a chapter named after Big Mom, in particular Big Mom's real name Olin, once that happens, you know that you in for some shit. And the fact that Oda saved the Big Mom reveal until the end part, oh shit, dude. Oh shit, we got Big Mom throwing down, getting into action at the end of the chapter. Man, I tell you, man, Oda sure as hell loves to tease you with these cliffhangers, don't he? Like the last chapter, you see Big Mom show up, and I was like, oh, okay, Big Mom. I just don't trust it, man. Like, I thought Big Mom, like, she was pulling one in over on the Straw Hats, and it was like, no, Big Mom actually is here because she's coming for the food and she hadn't regained her memories. I thought for damn sure that, you know, like, okay, Big Mom's just using this and trying to find a way to get close to Kaido. I thought, man, you know, Big Mom's gonna be smart. Like, nah, I think she ain't really lost her fucking memory. Maybe once she gets something to eat, her memory's gonna come back. But I gotta say, man, this is one of those chapters where, like, the pure chaos of everything is controlled chaos, and it works so beautifully. Like, you got Zoro versus Kyoshiro, but then you also got it where Sanji's going up against Drake. You got Law going up against Hawkins, which I definitely got to talk about that. But it's like one of those things where, like, everything that can go wrong does go wrong. Like the Straw Hats, they get made. Like one of the dudes has the fucking bounty posters, and they're saying like, oh shit, those are actually Straw Hat Luffy's crew members. Let's capture one of them so we can find out their true objectives before we kill them. And you know, you just get this moment where, you know, as the chaos is breaking out, you get a moment where Sanji is looking like he's getting ready to put the work in on Drake, and then that's when Drake turns around and says like, hey, you're really Sober Mask, aren't you? Matter of fact, I got all the intel I need on you and the Vinsmoke bloodline. And it's like one of those things where Sanji gets absolutely livid. And it makes sense after everything we learned about what happened with Sanji and his mom and how he was kind of discarded by the Vinsmoke family. I understand where Sanji's coming from. That's one of those things where the dude's seeing red, and that's where, you know, for him, that switch gets flipped right here. And what I like in this moment is the fact that, you know, as this is going on, you know, you get this moment where it looks like Hiyori looks like she's been made, because like one of the men is saying like, I could have swore I saw her with Zoro earlier. And, you know, Zoro even gets on to her and says like, how the hell could you let those folks actually see you? And she said, oh, I thought I covered up my face. And it's just like, even if her face is partially covered, she still got all these dudes simping out for her like this, because the guy's like, oh, such a pretty lady, we have to protect her. And what I like in this moment is that everything Law had planned is going to hell in a handbasket. And, you know, Law has a good ass idea. And he's like, man, you know, I got to get my men out of here. And that's when Hawkins shows up, and Hawkins says like, I thought you would have learned by now, you can't actually defeat me. And I'm like, no, I really do think Law can actually kill your ass. Like the fact that Law can just do some slice and dice and your heart is trapped inside of his chambers, like, yeah, pretty sure Law's gonna be able to get you if Law fights seriously. And Hawkins took some precautions. Like, I'm starting to slowly like this dude Hawkins, because once he takes the sword and he starts cutting into his own skin, I'm like, dude, this dude is a motherfucker right here. But then that's when you see the reaction out of Law's men, and they start screaming, and you see the agony on Law's face and the anger and the rage. And that's when old boy tells him, says, I have 4 lives in my possession. And that's when I'm like, oh shit, he does have that creepy ass devil fruit. Like, he's doing some Kakuzu shit. Only difference is that, you know, the extra lives he's got, you know, these people are still alive right here. Like, I was blown away at that one, man. That's one hell of a plot twist Oda incorporated in that. I did not see that one coming, and yet, I mean, it makes sense right there. And what I like here is that Hawkins tells him, he says like, look, you strike me down for good, that means you got to kill your actual men. And that's what I mean. You see the difference where when it comes to his own men, Law will not do it. He puts his crew before anything else. But like, if that had been 4 Straw Hats, he'd have just gone to Luffy and said like, yo, shit just happened. It was collateral damage. It is what it is. Luffy probably would have knocked him upside the head. They probably would have swapped hands at some point, but I don't think that Law would have hesitated to actually kill any of the Straw Hats. So that's interesting. That's interesting that it's come to this level right here. Like, that's Oda letting you know that like the whatever's getting ready to happen in this next act is about to be fucking big, because those are some huge stakes. Like, that's a huge ass battle in of itself. So I don't know if maybe Hawkins is going to keep them as his extra lives for when, you know, you actually get the full-on battle that takes place between Law and Hawkins later on in this arc. I don't think that it's going to commence now. I think that's Oda setting up for a bigger battle later on. But what I got to say, though, is if this is what he's doing, that's great setup right there. That's brilliant setup, because now you're emotionally invested in Law. I think we've been following Law with the Straw Hat since the end of, or almost the end of Punk Hazard, you know, because I want to say Law was the one that was fighting against Virgo, and I want to say that was in the like 680s, somewhere around the 680s, 690s, somewhere around there when Law versus Virgo happened. But chapters, I know some of you guys are anime fans, but chapters. And so I gotta say, that's brilliant setup right there. I like how you get that moment where Sanji is like, oh shit, how does Zoro know her? I've got a higher bounty than him. And it's just like, okay, I like how Oda threw that little tease in there where, you know, Sanji's making the face of Duval for a second. So I thought that was cool. Nice little throwback of Sanji's talking about bounties, and the whole time, like, his bounty had somebody else's face on there. Very nice right there, how Oda just slips in those little small things like that. And I like how, you know, Kin'emon is making his case to Ashura, and he's trying to convince him to kind of join their side. And what Ashura says to him is like, look, man, I got something to show you if I make any type of decision. So that's me interesting to see where that goes. But when Big Mom shows up at the end of the chapter, everybody's freaking the fuck out. And I'm like, oh shit, it's about to go down. And then it's like, oh shit, okay. So she ain't really got her memory back. And Chopper's like, oh shit, the food that she actually wanted was here. And this bitch can actually smell the fucking food. And I like how, you know, like, as Luffy's like, hey, while you guys are fighting over this bullshit, we gotta go save Kid. We gotta get him out of here, because Kid and his man, they about to start drowning at this point. And you see how Okiku, she's got that napkin underneath her nose, and, you know, she's told Momonosuke and Tama to, like, hey, you guys gotta stay hidden. You can't come in here. You know, Queen will recognize you, and we can't let that happen. So, you know, it's kind of one of those things where it's just like, how the fuck is a napkin supposed to conceal the identity? But I mean, this is anime. I mean, if you go back to like fucking cartoons, if somebody put on a fake mustache, you know, it's like, oh, I can't figure out who he is, and it's like they pull the paper bag off their head. It's like, oh, it's really the nice guy, like the Scooby-Doo type shit, the pillowcase. That's what I was thinking of. So, I mean, I think it's cool, man. I think it's cool. But like, my chapter question to you guys is, did Chopper give us a bit of foreshadowing? Chopper at the end of the chapter says, no, this is the nice version of Big Mom. Olin is just a nice version of Big Mom. Is this Oda letting us know that we can expect to see Hunger Pain's Big Mom at some point? And if so, is Kaido actually strong enough to actually stop Hunger Pain Big Mom? Let me know down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.